What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, this is kind of going to be the start of the normal content you guys are going to see on this channel and kind of what I'm going to be doing. But as you guys probably could see, the title should be something basically about being like realistic about my goal, my fitness, which is a super important part of becoming a pro wrestler that over the last year I've made a lot of strides to improve. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the confidence to go back into this as I've tried before. And while I've gotten better at it, like there's still some things that I haven't been as strict on, or I haven't been as realistic with myself about. I'm also gonna be bringing you guys along to the gym with me. As far as how much of that's gonna be shown, I'm gonna try and show as much as of my workout today as I can, but I also like being respectful of other people and their privacy. Let's start getting into this. All right, so made it to the gym, but before I go in, I wanted to kind of get into it a little bit. Over this last year, more of like probably the last 8 to 9 months, I feel like for the most part, the in the gym part has gotten to the point where it needs to. There's still little things. The biggest thing I would say that has been a hindrance to me has been eating. I've tried going like the super strict route, which ultimately led to me failing because it was like way too strict. Then I tried being as loose as possible, and that has failed. Got to the point where currently right now I'm about three or 4 pounds away from my heaviest I've ever been, which was throughout 2020, where I was at 230 pounds. Especially during that time, I was going through a breakup. I was going through like the start of COVID. I was going through having to like live in the living situation I was in. All this stress compounded, and I was trying to like work out, but COVID restrictions, and then being limited to the gym that was available to me was also restrictive, and I didn't know how to get around those restrictions. Ultimately, the goal for me, like, I don't necessarily care so much that I am like over 200 pounds. I don't necessarily want to be like 150 or 180, but the biggest thing I always struggled with, and you'll see in some of these photos I took to kind of be a progress type deal, is my stomach, but even acne on my body. Especially going into something like wrestling, like I've said, I don't want to be a body guy. I don't want to be the super ripped 8-pack. I don't want to be that. I just want to be happy with my body. I'll touch on probably a little bit later about being happy with your body and kind of the issue that I have. And the other half of that specific part, like the body acne, which you can see is like pretty bad on my back. I'm self-conscious about that because traditionally, like especially in a thing like wrestling or any sort of fitness type industry, like that is one of the telltale signs of like using steroids, which I don't have a problem with people using steroids, especially in a business like pro wrestling. But like there is a stigma that is associated with that makes me like nervous about people seeing that, as well as in general, like it not like my back is covered and it's gross. Sometimes like they're painful and you have to pop, you know, it's a whole process. We'll get into it a little bit with the like loving self-love part here in a little bit. I'm gonna go get this workout in. Let's go.
Put the place up. Put my face up. Why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you slapped me in the back.
Boys and girls, I kind of want to finish off this vlog with kind of the real main purpose of it and the main message I kind of want to talk about today. Learning to love yourself, accept flaws and issues because that is something I have struggled with for a very, very long time. Circumvented by, you know, trauma I went through growing up, my depression, anxiety, being bipolar. Still, now, I mean, obviously, I still struggle with it. And I think anyone who goes through this sort of thing, I mean, knows that and expects that. And it is so finicky because, I mean, even in probably some of those clips in the little montage there in the gym, like, there were parts where I was like looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh yeah, I look good. As far as where I want to be, one of the biggest things outside of like therapy, working on that, is just kind of accepting responsibility. I'm able to say that I got to my heaviest I've ever been out of not taking responsibility. I did not regulate what I ate. I did not do any, I didn't ever exercise, and I take responsibility for that. I am in the position I am because of me. And in other parts of my life, when I was in a similar situation, I got help, but also to a degree, I had to get myself out of it. I had to start being accountable and work myself through it. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm going down to Florida in 52 days. And I'm not in the shape that I want to be. Up to me to do it. It's up to me, and doing videos like this and even posts on Instagram are ways of keeping me accountable. And that's what I have to do. All of this, from the workouts to any of the nutrition, like the reason why I don't go into like nutrition and like workout specifically, I'm not qualified. I'm very much a workout baby. This is maybe my 3rd full year of being in the fitness world, so I'm just going based off of stuff that I do. Any nutrition or fitness stuff that I do in the future, which I don't really plan on doing a lot of, like fitness vlogs or fitness videos, like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not qualified, I'm not certified, I don't have any degrees, I'm just a guy. But anyways, guys, I do want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hoping this is a relatively short-ish video. Probably not, because I ramble too much, but I can cut that out. Again, no real schedule to the uploads, although this is my 2nd video in January, so give me props there. Let's go. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.